Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here, and today I'm back for episode number 16 of my Brooklyn Nets MyLeague series here on NBA 2K16. So today, we're back. We've got the second to last regular season game here. It will be the last regular season episode, and you can see we are currently on the outside looking into the playoff picture, a game back. So we pretty much have to win out if we want to get in the playoffs. I doubt we're going to be able to lose one of these games and still get in. So first, we got to take care of business against the Orlando Magic there, one of the teams that we are battling for one of those final two Eastern Conference playoff spots. So obviously, like I said, a must-win game. You can take a look at some of the team stats there, but probably the biggest game of the season, definitely the biggest game that I have played in an episode so far, and that's good. I mean, you definitely want to see by Season 2, Season 3, we want to see some of these games start to matter, and that is always a good thing. So here we go, we are underway here. Brook Lopez grabs that rebound outlet to Andre Iguodala. He's running the break alley-oop to Harrison Barnes, and that is the way you start a game from Brooklyn. And then, of course, we're going to get the ball into Favors in the post, but he's going to find Barnes at the top of the key, and that is going to be a three. So Barnes has our first 5 points of the game, but here comes Orlando. It's Joe Johnson, one of our former players, trying to do us dirty right there. He actually gets a nice assist to Nikola Vucevic. And then here we go. It's Derek Favors. I really wanted to get my big men going early this game. I thought they would have a good advantage. I mean, Aaron Gordon, pretty good defensively, but I thought Brook Lopez could take advantage of his matchup against Nikola Vucevic. That is a matchup he should dominate, especially, you know, pick and roll, even in the post. He really should have his way with that guy. But a nice layup by Vucevic. He's going to have his way with Lopez, too. I mean, Lopez, he's averaging 3.4 blocks a game since the All-Star break, so his defensive play's been a lot better lately, but still certainly wouldn't call him a defense first player. But here we go now. Barnes with the foot on the line takes that shot. That is going to be a miss. That's going to be the theme of this episode. Check out all the missed shots. I threw in a bunch of just missed open shots that we had in this game. And I won't I want to clarify this right now. I do use real player field goal percentage, so it's not like I'm missing the shots. I'm getting the open looks. I just couldn't. I don't know what it was. The percentages just weren't in our favor this game, but anyway, Terrence Ross knocks down that three, and Terrence Ross has really emerged. I think he can honestly be our shooting guard of the future. Just, he plays the game the way I really want him to play. I've talked about it before. You know, for my wings, I just want guys who can shoot, who can run, who can, you know, play athletically. And Marcus Smart, or not Marcus Smart, excuse me, he knocks down the three there. But Terrence Ross and Harrison Barnes really fit the profiles of those positions, and I think we have our big men set. But, you know, I would think that the starting five we have right now probably isn't really good enough to contend for a title. So a lot of it's going to depend on the free agency, you know, who is going to be available in free agency this year. Because I think this is right around the time Brooklyn would be a destination. For one, it's a really big market. You know, you can live in New York City, which is a big appeal to a lot of NBA players. And two, we have a really nice young team here, and even if we don't make the playoffs this year, I think, you know, we still have a bit of a young core to work around. And so I think it would be an attractive option for a big-name free agent. And I think that's something we'll probably look to do in free agency this year, is try to sign a big name player. If like a Russell Westbrook type is available, I would totally, you know, forego the whole Dennis Schroeder thing and sign Westbrook. But I don't know, it's a lot of it's going to depend on free agency. I think that's going to be the easiest way we're going to, you know, try and get a superstar. But either way, Vucevic gets the and one right there, so this game would be tied up at 34. Here's Schroeder with the ball, tries to pass that one over to Favors, but it's intercepted. Walker gets it up to Oladipo, and he's going to take it himself, two-handed slam, and Orlando has the lead. Here's Favors, though. He's being covered by Oladipo. That is a huge mismatch, and that is going to be an easy two-handed slam. So midway through the second quarter, Orlando leads by one. Here comes Marcus Smart trying to run the break here. He's actually going to stop and wait to find some cutters, and it's going to be Derek Favors cutting to the basket, and it's another easy two-handed slam right there. So Favors was looking good early, but look at this poor defense by Favors. He just lets Vucevic go right to the basket, and that was another thing. The AI defense played really poorly today. There was a couple times, especially late in the episode, I'll point them out when they happen, but really the AI defense was not helping me out at all this game. Mario Hezonja there's the rookie. I guess he's not a rookie anymore, but he knocks down the three. So Orlando leads by 4 right now. It's Shabazz Napier getting it over to Elfrid Payton, and they're just going to find his man Hope, or Pope, I couldn't even see, but he's going to knock that jumper down. Here's Jordan Clarkson to the basket, one-handed slam, and one. That is going to be a big bucket right there. We get the lead down to 3, get the momentum back on our side, and then here we go. I'm going to give this one off to Bolar in the nice touch around the rim. Simbolar with the easy, well, I shouldn't say that was easy, but he gets the layup to go nonetheless, and then that would end off the half. So Orlando takes a 3-point lead into the break. They lead 50-47, and are just 24 minutes away from doing themselves a real solid with this playoff picture. A win here for Orlando would be huge for them. So take a look at the stats. Big difference is the free throws, but they also, you know, despite shooting a lower percentage, as usual, they have less turnovers than we do, so the efficiency probably evens out there. Here's Iguodala going to the bucket. A little reverse pick and roll right there. It was Lopez feeding Iguodala, and then Iguodala getting the slam. Here's Kemba Walker, though. Walker was picked up by the Magic last season. I don't really know why they would want Kemba Walker. I mean, I think I'd rather just play Elfrid Payton on his rookie contract than pay Kemba Walker $12 million a year, but either way, here's Brook Lopez with the jumper, and there is another miss. The third quarter is really where these open misses would start to pile up and really affect our game. Lopez, though, is going to answer back, and he will actually get the one-handed slam on the break there. Love to see my big man getting out on the break. And then here we go. It is Oladipo bringing the ball up, gives it to Joe Johnson with the tough layup. He gets it to go. Orlando back up by 3. But here come the Nets on the other way down. It is going to be Iguodala in the corner. He can't knock that one down, though. Iguodala, not, you know, the greatest shooter, but a open corner 3 like that, you really got to hit that shot. And then Barnes is going to miss an easy layup here. And now it's Marcus Smart. He's going to run a pick and roll with Lopez. Good help by, not Vucevic, Aaron Gordon. So Favors is open, but he's going to miss his open jumper. And then later, here are the Orlando Magic. It's Hazonia with the ball, pulls up and 1. And Orlando's got a chance to go up by 9 here. So another pick and roll coming. Lopez going to do the same thing, or he's going to try and find Favors. Instead, he's going to put it up himself. And oh my goodness, misses the point blank bunny shot. Tobias Harris didn't even put a hand up. And then here, once again, same play to Favors, and he's going to miss another open jumper. So the shots just were not falling at this point. Here we go, Smart to the bucket. Oh, he's going to take it himself, a big poster. And now we get the lead back down to 9. It's Tobias Harris with the ball, though. The man who got the max contract over the summer. It's Deadman with the two-handed slam. And then here we go, a 10-point lead for Orlando. This time I'm going to try and do the same thing. Favors open jumper, and he can't make it. Unreal. Favors probably missed at least 4 or 5 of those shots in the quarter. He was money with those Jays all season long up until this game. But we only put up 19 points that quarter, and our defense really fell apart in the second half too. We allowed 27 points that quarter, so really just a bad game overall in that third quarter, and that allowed Orlando to open up a lead. And now we have to, you know, come back here down 9 in the fourth quarter. It's going to be pretty tough. Oladipo gets the contact layup to go. They go up by 11. Still an 11-point lead now. Kemba Walker's going to turn it over. Schroeder gets it on the break. He sees Iguodala. This kind of reminded me of like a hockey play, the way we sort of ran that. And then Iguodala gets the lob and finishes it. So it's a 9-point game now. Lopez outlet to Terrence Ross. He's going to look for Barnes here on the lob, and Barnes slams that down. So it's a 7-point game. And then here we go now. It is Iguodala once again bringing the ball up, finds Barnes in the corner for 3. Oh, they're going to say it was a long 2. He knocks it down nonetheless, and we can get the lead back down to 5. So we're making our run here, but Orlando was quick to respond. Aaron Gordon with the jumper gets it back up to 9 with 5 minutes to play. And here we go, Iguodala with the ball, trying to get something going here. It's Robinson with it. What is he going to do? Finds Favors cutting to the bucket. So it's a 7-point game once again, but can we get the defensive stops? That was really where we struggled all night long. It's Oladipo. Good find by Kemba Walker. That was an impressive assist right there. And it's a 10-point lead for Orlando. Now 4 minutes to play. We need to make our run and make it quickly. Schroeder alley-oop. And it actually goes in. This was a pretty funny play here. I think I remember Delonte West doing this for the Celtics a few years back. But yeah, lobbing it in from 3. That was supposed to be an alley-oop to Iguodala. But either way, 8-point game now, rebounded by the Magic. It's Payton bringing it up. He's going to find his man Joe Johnson in the corner for 3. And that would be the dagger. Back up by 11 now. It's a 13-point game. Lopez is going to get this layup to go, but still 11 points with 2:30 to play. This lead pretty much insurmountable at this point unless Orlando seriously collapses. And then here, oh, what are you doing, Brook Lopez? Why is Tobias Harris back all the way on his down the court on his own? And then, oh, we're going to do it again because I don't know why. But yeah, that was pretty frustrating. And then, hey, why not? Let's just do it a third time. Let's not play defense because, hey, not like we're trying to, you know, save our season or anything, but anyway, by that point the game was over, so I can't be too salty. Still, would have been nice if we could have played some defense down the stretch and at least tried to make one final run, but hey, I guess we weren't playing for that much this game. Anyway, that's going to do it. We lose 108-93, and yes, the salt was very real after this game. I was very frustrated. I had to take some deep breaths and not slam my controller. I was pretty disappointed losing this one, but anyway, Vucevic gets the player of the game, 19-8 with a block to add to that, and you can see 15-point win. Orlando shoots 51%. I mean, if I'm going to shoot 16 less shots than them, I can't let them shoot 51% playing. I mean, you know, we just didn't play good defense today. I think that plus the missed open shots really just did us in. And you can see Schroeder had 6 turnovers. Not a great game out of him. really didn't have anyone play too well. I thought Lopez played pretty well, but other than that, really didn't see a great performance out of anybody. And then you can see Joe Johnson led the way for Orlando. So here we go, we're going to simulate the final game of the season, and we do win it, so we're still alive in the playoff picture. We're going to take a look at the awards here. Kevin Durant wins his 3rd MVP in 4 years. And then you can see Anthony Davis, Defensive Player of the Year. Rubio got Most Improved. Thought that was kind of funny. And Fred Hoiberg is your Coach of the Year. I think Chris Dunn won Rookie of the Year, and I don't remember who won Most Improved. Or, no, Rubio won Most Improved. There's one I'm forgetting. But Brook Lopez made All-NBA second team. That was pretty nice to see. He's entering a contract year next season, so that could be interesting. We'll see how that plays out. But I was pretty pleased to see him make All-NBA second team. That really makes me feel confident about it. If I just add one good piece to this roster, I think really we could start to contend in the East. And the best record in the East only had 51 wins, and second place was the Celtics. They only had 45 wins. So the East is really weak right now. I think, you know, if we just make a couple tactical moves this offseason, as you can see, we don't make the playoffs. We actually finished tied for that 8th seed, but the Pacers had the tiebreaker over a zillion other teams. And then Kobe Bryant led the Trailblazers to the playoffs, so I had to check out what the Lakers were looking like. And they have LeBron James and Tim Duncan and still couldn't make the playoffs. Unbelievable. I thought that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in 2K. But anyway, that is going to do it, so I hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching. Offseason coming up next, and I'm out. Peace.